scary stories. This is perfect because I don't know if you guys can tell where I am. It is raining, and for some reason, scary stories are trending on TikTok. So I'm going to share my scary story. By the way, happy St. Patrick's Day. I do have green on, so I'm good. Okay, so this is like 8 years ago. We lived out in the country, like in the middle of nowhere. And my husband worked really long hours. And there was a prison about 3 or 4 miles away. Like, it's just, when I moved there, I'm like, great, this is not good. So no neighbors for at least maybe a mile, and like no next door neighbors at all, just isolated, right? So whenever my husband would come home for lunch, he would drive on, we had like this dirt patch. This is, yeah, just go with me here. But this dirt patch, and he would drive around and then pull up in front of the house. And I would see this like dust cloud go past the window, and I'd be like, okay, hubby's home. And so one afternoon, broad daylight, I decided to take a bath. And I, as one would, took off all my clothes, and all of a sudden, my dog starts barking. And if you're a dog owner, you know your dog has different barks. This was sound the alarm, feverish, like like crazy, like her like guttural, like came. She's like the sweetest, but something was wrong. I'm like, what is going on? So I look at the window where the dust cloud always is, because sometimes my dog will bark. Well, all the time she'll bark when daddy comes home, but not like this. But I still wanted to believe. I'm like, where's the dust cloud? Wait, he just left a couple of hours ago from lunch. So what is going on? So our bedroom had a door out to the back patio. Now, mind you, I am stark butt naked, and the dog is going crazy. And so our back door had like, it was a wood door with like the glass panel that goes from like above your head to probably like shin level, you know, glass panel in the door. And so there's a curtain on it, and I'm just like, what is she barking at? So I move the curtain back, and there's a man standing there that I do not know. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, he was faced like sideways, and I was looking at him, so I saw him at profile. But now my first thought was, oh my God, this complete stranger has seen me naked. And then the second thought was, oh my God, who the is this complete stranger in my backyard? And I, like, again, like my dog, this voice came out of me that I didn't even recognize. And I said, can I help you? I just, you know, and I'm like peeking now. And he's like, I don't even know what he said. He was just like, and he starts high stepping it. And I'm like, oh my God, my heart is like this. And I'm like, it's a prisoner. He's escaped. He's trying to kill me. Like, I didn't even know what. And it's like, here's the thing. Just a little side note, 2 little side notes. One, when you live out in the country, you think you know what you might do. When your husband works long hours, you think you know what you might feel. All of those things, but you don't. My first thought wasn't call 911. My first thought was call my husband. And in hindsight, I guess it would have been better to call my husband. To call 911. But I just wanted him. So I called him. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And as I'm talking to him, I'm looking at the windows that kind of go around the house so I can kind of track this guy. The only thing I can see is like my husband's t-shirt, which is on the bed. So I grab that, throw that on. So all I have on is the t-shirt. At this point, honestly, I did not care if he had seen me naked. In that moment, I knew we had pew-pews, right? I had learned how to shoot pew-pews so that I could protect myself. And I was like, if I have to, I will this person, because instantly this thing took over in my head about survival. And that's all that mattered. Being seen naked didn't matter. Being alone, I was like, I will do whatever it takes to defend myself against this guy. So I'm on the phone. My husband's like, well, call the police. And I'm like, I don't know if it's an emergency. That's the thing. Like, sometimes we like second guess. So I watch him go around, and he's just walking really fast. And there's a car, I don't know, the equivalent to like 3 house lengths away, you know, I don't know about that. And I see it with the hood up, and I'm like, I'm calling the police. So the police come pretty quickly. I lived in a really small town, but they came pretty quickly. And he was kind of like, "Dur, dur, 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 dur," you know what I mean? And so he's like, yeah, I spoke to him and he said he was looking for water because his car broke down. I'm like, that's BS. I'm like, look at that right there in the front yard. There's a hose and a water spout right there. He had to step over that to go to my backyard. Plus, who the hell invites themselves into somebody's backyard looking for water? Knock on the door, ring the doorbell. It was lies. You know what I think he was doing? He was looking for an opportunity to either like steal things from our yard or to break into my house. Because again, it's the country. I live in the middle of nowhere. It just seemed like we weren't home. I don't know. So the cop just goes off and he's like, well, I'll kind of stick around and make sure he leaves. He's getting a ride or something. I don't even know. But my heart was beating and beating. So then about an hour later, after I'd somewhat calmed down, I put on my clothes and I went outside and I could see that there was a reflection on the window of the door. So there was no way he had seen me naked, which brought me peace, you know, just based on the sunlight and everything and the darkness inside the room. But believe it or not, I'm actually thankful that this happened because it taught me that when the chips are down, when you're scared as I would take care of myself, that I could take care of myself, that fear didn't make me freeze and make me not do what I needed to do, that I could protect myself. Because sometimes that happens, and no disrespect to anybody who's got a story about freezing. Like, each of us are different, right? So let me just say that first. But for me, I was able to tell myself in a moment that if something happens that scares the crap out of me, I'm going to handle myself. And that is priceless. So no, I would not have wanted that to happen, but yes, I'm glad that it did because it kind of proved me to me, even though it was scary. You guys share your scary stories with me if you can in the brief amount of time that TikTok allows you to. My name is Jody. I'm a storyteller. I hope you'll give me a follow. Bye.